Hey guys, STTM here, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Miami Dolphins and how much of a huge mess that this team is. So yeah, guys, but before we get into it, make sure that you like, subscribe, put on them notifications, and comment on the video, as it lets me know what you think, gets me more recommended. And if you put on notifications, it updates you on the latest STTM videos that you do not want to miss. And I'll just appreciate it. So, enough with the Japanese, and let's get straight into the video. Bow! So, let's start off talking about this offense. So, overall, like on paper, it's pretty good. But actually, it's not. And that is because Tua Tagovailoa, he has really digressed. This is like his last chance. All right, let's look at the stats, okay? Last season, I kid you not, last season, he only played 11 games, which is his second shortest season in his entire career. He did have his highest completion percentage of 72.9% of his passes completed and like successful, but he only got 2.8K yards, where the last two seasons he got 3,548, and then in 2023, 2024, he got 4,624. So this is definitely a sign of regressing, and he only had 19 touchdowns, which is pretty low compared to his 2022-2023 season, where he had 25, and his 2023-2024 season, where he had 29. So it might be looking like his last chance. And also, he hasn't brought in any success to this Dolphins team. They haven't made it super far in any playoffs whatsoever. This is definitely Tua's last chance. And as a scrambler, he's pretty bad, not going to lie. He doesn't even, this last season, he didn't even average 3 yards per rush attempt, and he didn't get a single rushing touchdown. Next up, we're going to talk about Devon Achane, who's actually quite a reliable piece for this Dolphins roster. He had 907 rushing yards. He does need to get a little bit more in the red zone. In the end zone, I can't lie, because he only had 6 rushing touchdowns. And he also was quite a bit slow, not going to lie. But he'll improve. If he has another full game season, Devon Achane will really stand out next year. So I'm not too mad about that. And also he has some solid guys like Jalen Wright in the same running back room as him. So he's not fully a starter. I'd say he's like 80%. He has like 80% of running back snaps, I'd say. Next up is actually a player that regressed quite a bit, Tyreek Hill. In almost all of his seasons, he has gotten over the hump of 1,000 receiving yards, and this time he was just short with 959 receiving yards. And he also went down from a 15.1 average yards per reception to an 11.8 average yards per reception, and he only got 6 receiving touchdowns. So he definitely regressed, I would say. I would say that's regression. And he's only gotten 1 rushing touchdown in his entire stint with the Miami Dolphins so far. Which he's a receiver, not a running back, but still. That doesn't look too good for him. Jalen Waddle, another short but really talented and athletic route running type of guy. But he definitely would have less receiving yards and receiving touchdowns to Tyreek Hill, but they're just not being used as much. I mean, that's probably because their QB is Tua. I mean, I honestly am starting to feel like they need to get a QB. He had a second fewest amount of games played, and he did actually have his fewest receiving yards total. And he only got 2 receiving touchdowns in the span of 15 games. So This team is starting to look like a mess. I mean, on paper, you would think with all those guys, you would think that that's a really good offense, right? But there's actually one thing that's kind of setting them back. Their tight end room after they lost Jonnu Smith. I mean, man, letting Jonnu Smith team up with Pat Freiermuth that's huge. I mean, their Steelers QB is Aaron Rodgers, but still, that's insane. And their offensive line. I mean, I think Patrick Paul can be pretty solid. Same with Jonas Savaiinaea and maybe Austin Jackson, but this is just not a good offensive line. All right, I admit it here and there. This offensive line is terrible. This genuinely might be the worst O-line in the entire NFL right now. I mean, it's just horrendous. I can't even look at this. So we're going to move on to defense. And their defense, it has some key pieces. It has some solid pieces. But their best is by far this guy, Zach Sieler. 10 sacks. Actually, Minkah Fitzpatrick's better. But this is by far one of their best. With the 10-sacked Zach Sieler. I mean, that's kind of all he has done. But hey, as a defensive lineman, he got a pick, which is pretty impressive. For defensive linemen, one pick is pretty good. That is 4 defensive linemen. So he can contribute for sure. He's 6'6". He's a heavy guy. He's physical because of his 10 sacks and also just in his play. He's a pretty physical guy. He was quite a steal out of Ferris State. Yeah, this guy was good. This guy's good. They do have Kenneth Grant, who could be pretty solid. Benito Jones isn't very good, but Kenneth Grant and Zach Sieler, it looks like their defensive line might be improving. Tyrell Dodson's not very good. Bradley Chubb has regressed. Willie Gay is not that good. Chop Robinson's pretty solid, I can't lie. They should start Chop Robinson. I'm honest. They should have Jalen Phillips and Chop Robinson and Jordan Brooks and just replace Tyrell Dodson and KJ Britt. Their linebacker room would be much better if they used that plan. Bench Bradley Chubb. Actually, I'd say throw Jordan Brooks. Right there, you have Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips. But they also got Chop Robinson, KJ Britt, and Willie Gay. So this is a solid linebacker room, but I'd say one of these 3 should definitely start over Tyrell Dodson. In Chop Robinson's time, he actually looked pretty solid. So I like the potential they got with Chop Robinson. But the best of that room is by far this guy, Jalen Phillips. He really didn't do much last season. I will say, he only played 4 games last season. But in a season where he plays more, he can get 8. You can get 6 to 9 sacks based off these totals. He gets 6 to 9 sacks right here. Where the mouse is covering. He gets 6 to 9 sacks on a regular total. So I feel like stat-wise is the best. Actual playing-wise, definitely better than the rest of this room. But this defense, man, I feel like as the viewer, you're starting to notice that this is a mess of a defense. I feel like you're starting to notice that. And then for their secondary, the actual only good part, I'm not even joking, the only good part of it is Minkah Fitzpatrick right here, who they got from trading away Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith. But Minkah, he had 1 interception, 62 solo tackles, 96 total, which is pretty good. He had a forced fumble, a couple pass deflects. He could definitely produce better seasons than that. He can produce better. That's still solid. But he definitely has made a lot better seasons in his time as an NFL player. He's definitely made better seasons, but this is by far better than guy like Storm Duck, Ashton Davis, Cam Smith, Dante Trader Jr., Ifeatu Melifonwu, Jason Marshall Jr., Akeda Co. Actually, Jason Marshall Jr., since he's a rookie, I think he's a rookie, right? Or is he from 2024's class? No, he's a rookie, so he might be a steal. But Minkah Fitzpatrick is by far the best part of that secondary. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below with this messy Dolphins roster. not roster, just overall team. So yeah, just let me know what you think in the comments below. As STTM is now out. See y'all next time. Road to 500 subs.